Good morning, and I actually have not prepared anything because I wanted to speak to you impromptu, just so that I could convey the importance of research in modern industry and why it is an important consideration as you go about deciding about your own careers. So let me start out by dispelling one of the myths that exist. Most people think that if you are a research-focused person, you won't go very far in an industry, right? I mean, the big jobs, in some sense, are reserved for non-researchy type of people. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, if you look at the company which I work for, IBM fellows and distinguished engineers are some of the highest executives in the company, and they are purely research-oriented people. More traditionally, or not very long ago, we would think of things in a very compartmentalized way. This is chemical engineering, right? This is civil engineering. This is computer science. This is whatever. Modern advances require far more interaction between things than what was required some time ago. And I'll give you some examples as we go along. And so it is very important, it is vital for you to be very, very firm in the basics of a particular discipline, knowing fully well that you are likely to work in something other than that, right? Because the techniques that you learn when you're following a research, when you're doing your MS or your PhD or whatever, there are some techniques that you follow in order to find the unknown, right? Now the application might change. You may not be applying it in this, you might be applying it in something else. But the techniques, the first principles based on which you approach the unknown, that does not change. Let me give you a small example, and I'll try to be brief. But IBM has a very large initiative, what it calls as the Smarter Planet Initiative. Right? And this initiative it rises from the appreciation that most things today are instrumented or are becoming instrumented. Right? There are many sensors all over the place. There are RFID sensors. Your phone can sense position. It can propagate position. All kinds of instrumentation is there, and this instrumentation generates data. There is also interconnection between all this instrumentation. Right? Things talk to each other. And the natural question you might ask is that if I try to use all this thing, all this instrumentation, all this interconnection, what good can I do? What value can I create? That is the essence of IBM's Smarter Planet Initiative. Think in your mind how much time or how much amount of petrol or diesel we spend because we are either in a traffic jam or we are trying to find a place to park our cars or things of that nature. If you were to make an estimate, it is a very large number, right? Now imagine that your cars had instrumentation, right? You could figure out how many cars are going through this road, how many are going through that road. You have all of this, and all of this data comes to you. Could you design a better traffic control system? Sure you could, right? And the way you would do it is you would route cars so that they don't go into jams, you would guide them to alternate roads, etc. But in order to do that, you need to be able to understand, given data, what to do with it, how to optimize it, what are the constraints. Right? The importance of research and the importance of trying to approach it systematically cannot be overemphasized. If you solve a problem like this, you make an immense difference to the planet, right? Let alone the money, etc. All of those, of course, will come. but you do a very, very good thing.